use high leverage and we use cross leverage, which uses your entire wallet to protect a position. Let's say you don't want to use your entire wallet. I'm going to teach you when to use isolated. Okay, so we're going to switch from cross to isolated. There's a link to sign up to Bitfinex down below. No KYC, nothing. Now, when you use isolated, you are going to get a fixed liquidation point. If you were to use a high leverage like 60 or 70 or 40 or even 30x, you would get liquidated. So what do we do on isolated? We use no more than 10x leverage. This is going to be a slower trade. You can go in at market. Let's say I want to put $1,000 XRP 10x short isolated. What does this mean? Let's place the order. There it is. Let's come down here. Now, this order is isolated. The most I can lose is not my entire wallet, but the $1,000 I put in there. This is a very different type of trade. I prefer the lightning fast, high leverage trades at 50 or 100x on cross margin. Now, the higher the leverage when you're isolated, the smaller the gap between you and liquidation. So this is why we never go over 10x, because it's a fixed number. So let's go over now and let's say, and now our reserve here doesn't matter. We can actually spend it all. Let's find something else that I would like to short on a longer term basis. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is probably going to go under the whole number of 43,000. That's something that I would short on cross. Let's go ahead but you see, I would need more money than that. I'd want to put $2,000 in there on cross. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this one on cross leverage. Let's do this one at $1,000. And this one, we're going to do higher leverage. We're going to do 80. Well, we're going to do 100x, $1,000. Now, we're going to see the differences here. Okay, this is on cross. It can use my whole wallet. Okay, these have a much lower liquidation point. They're much further away, but I can only lose what I put in them. This one, I can lose everything. So this available margin matters. This being on cross, it will protect the trade. Okay, no matter what. Let's take that 14% right there. Okay, I don't think that button works. They need to fix that. But we took that 14% on that little short real quick right there. And we did go into 43,000. Now, so that was on cross. Now I still have all of this. I can short a bunch of other garbage tokens at 10x. Let's say I think that Solana is going to go down. Now, Solana is very volatile. So I would go ahead. I would set it to this one. It's so volatile. I might do 5x. Why? I want a much bigger gap between me and liquidation. So I'll put $1,000 here. I'll go ahead and drop the short. Now this is isolated. Okay, it's going to go in at market. Okay, it's isolated. And let me show you what that means. That means for this trade, for me to lose my $1,000, Solana has to go up to $143. $143. Now, if I had chosen a different, I never adjust the liquidation price. And I don't even want to do Solana in this example because there are too many fanboys. Now, let me do one where you can see really clearly. Let's go over to Bitcoin. Do we want to do Bitcoin? Not really. Look, it's already back over 43. It is too dangerous to short Bitcoin right now at this moment. But again, that would be on cross. Now let's look. I made a mistake here on my Solana trade. Did you notice? This keeps the default. I went in a cross because I always trade cross. So for each currency, you are going to have to adjust whether it's on cross. And I don't want this on cross. It'll use all my leverage. Let's just go ahead and get out of that. Let's try a different way to close. Up, it closed already. Hold on. Okay. So once again, the only time, so XRP and this OP, the only time we use isolated is when we want it, something is like an altcoin that we know is going to go down. This is different from traditional new paradigm shifting war on the 1 minute chart where we trade on cross and at high leverage. I'd recommend for everyone with Bitcoin and Ethereum on Bitfinex to first become an expert like I did years ago with trading Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're the easiest and most predictable. Trade them on cross so it's more forgiving, and don't put more than half your wallet into one trade. Maybe even 25%. Depends on your wallet size. Again, nobody taught me this when I started, what cross leverage meant. Cross uses your entire wallet to protect these trades and make sure they don't get liquidated. The old way of trading, where people trade low leverage, is on limit. Why would you use limit? Well, if you use 100x, okay, on limit, let me show you an example. I'll probably lose money, but I'm going to show you on limit. I'm going to close it right away. Let's say I want to short Bitcoin and I want to do it at, I'm only going to do 50x because it's too wild. Watch, 50x market. Let's do $100. Okay, all I could lose is my $100 because I want to be on isolated. All I can lose is my $100. Now we're going at 50x. Watch this. Sell short. It should appear. Okay, here it is. Now, because I'm at 50x, okay, my entry price is 43,200. If this thing goes up to, well, my entry price is 43,000. If it goes to 43,698, I'm liquidated because I'm at 50x. At 100x, it might be 43,298. But that's on cross leverage, so you think that way. I'm trying to explain this clearly. Okay. Now, so you see the gap between at 50x, the gap is about between where I entered and liquidation, about $600. Let's go ahead and close this. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you if I did the same thing, Bitcoin short, all right, market, same thing, $100 isolated. Okay. But this time I'm going to go 10x. Now, I don't recommend really to trade like this with Bitcoin because you'll be here all day and never make money. So let's go ahead and sell short here. Now, we had a $600 gap between our entry price and our liquidation price at 50x. Now, at 10x, our entry price is here. Our liquidation price is $7,000 away. So this is how you trade isolated with lower leverage. So we use this for fast moving altcoins that are too risky, because if you're on cross on everything, one of these trades gone bad can drain your entire wallet. We don't want that to happen. So I love this exchange. It's open to everyone. I encourage all of you. And with these low fees, I mean, this is profitable right there. Okay. I can close this and take that profit because we're at low leverage. I don't want to remain short on Bitcoin. Let's see where we are. 405. Okay. So this is the difference between, now make sure you check like a fighter pilot your flight controls, because normally you're going to want to get in, get out, get rich. And the way we do that is trading on cross and with extremely high leverage. Now, which is 50x or 100x. Once your trades are in, okay, you can't change them from isolated to cross. So always make sure you don't make the mistake of being on cross when you want to be isolated, and isolated when you're on cross. I'm going to close this Bitcoin, okay, right there. And I'm going to keep these other ones. Now, again, what are these? These are longer term, okay? These are what you use for things that are moving fast. And, okay, because you get a fixed liquidation point, you can't be down hundreds of percent and make massive comebacks. When you hit that liquidation price, you're done. And again, I showed you the difference. If you're at 50x isolated, you're going to have a $600 roughly on Bitcoin between you and liquidation. But if you were at 5x or let's say 10x, that moved to $7,000. Now, does that mean that you go ahead and put in a 10x trade and leave it for months? No, because you pay money up here, funding fees, every 24 or 12 hours. It's a tiny amount. It's dust. All right. But that's why over the long term, it doesn't pay. But I just wanted you to understand how isolated and how cross works. Okay. So with isolated, you could go all in on all your trades. Okay. You don't need to have a reserve here. When you're on cross, you need to have that cushion there because it's like AI. It's going to do everything it can to protect you from getting liquidated. I hope you found this helpful. Below my video, you'll find all the links. Look, they shadow ban my stuff. Nobody wants you to get rich. With 54,000 subs after 6 years, I shouldn't be getting a couple hundred views. If you're not seeing my videos, I don't know why they don't want you to get rich. I don't know why they don't want you to see what could really happen when people really trade. But if you're not getting my videos, unsubscribe. Then subscribe again and click all. Worst case scenario, bookmark my page, okay? And just come back and visit it occasionally. Now, click show more or you'll see it. Always like my stuff. Click show more, okay? You'll see the Bitcoin exchange. And in this one, I just put my Oracle consultation teaching special. And I took out all the other links. I don't care if you follow me on Twitter. I really don't care where you are. Shut up. All that matters to me is that you learn. And I trade on Bitcoin mostly because, honestly, it's the fairest, easiest exchange. And for those of you that like the blinding color of the albino, they have light mode. I used to be into light mode at one time. Not anymore. Oh, and if your candles are not right, here's a pro tip. Always go back and double check the hike in a sheet. Okay, you can here zoom in, scroll out. If as you drop down your different time frames, you find that your candles are messy, click this auto button. Let's go back in the dark. They have great support here. I never use a trailing stop because I don't follow anyone. Don't you dare trail me. Trailing stops are for losers. Okay. Limit orders, I'm not big on. I like market because they're best available instant price. All this stuff here, none of that matters. Okay, all this reduced by TSL. Listen, this is if you had STD, maybe you want to check those, that's up to you. Okay, this defaults to limit. So make sure if you want to be instant, do market. Okay, and again, always check your flight controls. Now you know the difference from isolated to cross margin. If you like this kind of content that is purely educational, tell me in the comments of the video. Because without you, this is just a waste of my breath. I'm not here for AdSense money or any of that. I am a real trader, and I can make a real trader out of anyone. Follow the real in crypto. When there is a pullback, they can stop the wolf back to the moon and we won't look back. They can stop the wolf back. They take what they did. A lot of them are schemers, but we are demons, demons, demons. Rebels with a cause. We are demons, demons, demons. You have to be careful in this time. They will sell you out for bit. Wicked Babylonians will take your Litecoin, your Ethereum, and treat you like they think you are really dumb. Whoa. A lot of them are schemers, but we are demons, demons, demons. We are
Demons, demons, demons. When we say wolves, we don't mean the ones in sheep clothing. We mean the one who sees his brother and tell him that you really, really love him. He don't put no one below him. No, everyone is equal. Demons, demons. A lot of them are schemers, but we are demons, demons, demons. Rebels with a cause.
Demons, you and I against the world.
This is a time when most animals struggle simply to survive. But it is also a time when one animal truly comes into its own. This is the time of